Hi there, everyone. This is Laurie Williams. I'm the founder of the Alcohol Ink art community, and I'd like to welcome you to this presentation. I thought I would do a few quick demos leading up to our holiday workshop, which is coming up on the 18th through the 20th of November 2019. Okay, what I'm going to demonstrate today is creating what a lot of people refer to here as a wispy effect. I like to refer to it as like a cloudy effect with the inks, and it's done by using diluted ink with alcohol and dropping and using a hair dryer or some sort of method of blowing the ink around. The best thing that I found is if you get one of these hair dryers, and the hair dryer, it comes with a wand, but to take the wand off and then it works great. It has a really good power level that I'm happy with for it. And to demonstrate this, I'm going to be using Marabou inks. And the colors that I'm using in a Marabou are going to be apple, I'm going to use vanilla, and also aqua green. And I'm going to start out with my vanilla. And what I like to do is I like to pour a little bit into a weld palette. So I'm just going to take the lid off. To take the lid off, you just lift up. And if it's the first time you've used the bottle, you need to take a pin and puncture a hole in the top so that the ink will flow out. And then I'm going to squirt a little bit of this into my weld palette. Put my lid back on. And then I use a pipette. And I take a little bit of my alcohol. I have some 91% isopropyl alcohol right here in my container. And I drop it into my ink so it's very diluted. And I just kind of swish it around with the pipette. And then I set that aside. I always have a piece of paper towel next to me, and I'll always work on paper towel. So to get started with this effect, and you've probably seen it before, I know a lot of people have demonstrated it, but I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to try the Marabou inks and show you the Marabou inks and to demonstrate this really fun effect very quickly. So the first thing I do is I put a little bit of the ink into my dropper, and I'm working on the back of Kirkland photo paper. You want to make sure that you're working on a non-porous surface. So if you're using canvas, you're going to want to make sure that you have a gessoed canvas to work on. So that's my first pass of the ink. So now, excuse the hair dryer, but I'm going to start blowing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blow around the circle, and sometimes I blow it into a shape, and then I fold it onto itself so I get sort of that ripple effect, so you can see what I'm doing here. You see how I'm going around and around. Until all the alcohol evaporates. You want to make sure that you're using an aspirator when you do this, unless you have a very well ventilated area, which I do. So after I've done the first one, I come back and I grab another drop and I drop it down and I start again. I like these to overwhelm, and I can somewhat control where this goes and how it goes. So that's what I'm doing here, and I just keep going around and folding the ink back on itself until I'm happy with it and it's dry. And then I come back with just straight isopropyl alcohol to kind of lighten things up a bit, and when I have areas that seem to be a little clumpy. So the alcohol reactivates the ink and allows me to change the look of what I have down there so far. Okay. I'm going to switch over to another color now. We're going to go to aqua green. And again, I'm going to lift the top, and I've poked a hole into the top of the lid. See the top of this lid here? You just poke a little, take a little push pin and poke a little hole there. And then don't forget to dilute it. The secret to this effect is to have a very thin layer of alcohol. So drop a couple of drops on there. Now I'm going to try some of the apple green. I'm going to pour it into this alcohol here. Oh, that's pretty. These marabou colors are really nice. I like the marabou products in general. I think that everything that I've used from marabou has been great. Let's continue on until I don't see the inks move anymore. I can add some on top of the other, so to give me even more layers. And I find that if I tilt, I can push the ink, and then the edges create their own little barrier. And then I can come back with just straight alcohol and add it in areas to reactivate the ink or blend the ink with it even, which is kind of cool. Okay, so that concludes my demo for the day, and you can see how fun these things are to create. They're very addicting. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and hey, if you get a chance and you're interested, join us for the holiday workshop.
Come learn, create, and share with us. It's a life-changing opportunity.